I got a few interesting cuts about the WNBA, which is just killing me. I mean, this last week and a half since Caitlin and Angel Reese. And that Angel Reese thing, by the way, is so stupid. It's just amazing the way they always take her side. And she's such a bitch. Start with the... well, first of all, it's like opening night in the WNBA. Wasn't that opening night when they played against each other?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I mean, that's smart of the WNBA to make that opening night.
And they act as if, oh, yeah, the rivalry. Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, God, they're both the greatest players. It's like, no, they're not. One of them is a great player. The other one is not a great player.
Still a rivalry, though.
And they turn it into this big race hoax whereby Caitlin Clark is somehow, committed this horribly violent, flagrant foul, which it was not a flagrant foul. And then they give her shit about it, Caitlin Clark, and then Angel Reese, after the game, is like, oh, yeah, and all these racists yelling stuff from the crowd and stuff, and the WNBA says, oh, my God, we're going to do an investigation into the racist fans, which is like, what? Who has ever investigated fans if there's not, like people throwing shit or something like that?
Like John Green? What happened to John Green?
I don't know, but the Malice at the Palace, now that's certainly worthy of an investigation.
I would say so.
This was a little different. In fact, Dave Portnoy...
Well, once again, I don't think this happened because nowadays there'd be fucking video.
Of course.
And I don't think the whole crowd would start chanting something racist. I mean, is it possible there's one or two racist assholes there? Maybe. But I think people would have shouted them down.
I'm honestly amazed that Caitlin Clark fans can even bear to be fans of this annoying fucking league. But start with the first cut, Brandon, which is Angel Reese saying that she is as important as Caitlin Clark, which is ridiculous.
That because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me, too. And
no, it is not. It's not because of you dumb fuck.
I mean... Look, the beef helps, right?
Yeah, the rivalry that started in
That's
college.
one game. That's one game. That game was a long time ago, and since then, it's all Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a superstar.
No, I know, but it's good for her to have a villain, right? It's good to have her to be a heel. Now,
but Caitlin's the villain. It's Caitlin and her racist fans.
I don't think she is. I think
why are they investigating Caitlin's fans? Because that's what this league does. It hates Caitlin Clark. It hates her fans. Her fans are assholes who don't understand the history of the league. We heard that all last year.
I would bet you the majority of people are bigger fans of Caitlin Clark than Angel Reese, without a doubt.
Oh, no, but the league itself will always protect Angel Reese. They don't give a fuck about Caitlin Clark, and they hate her fans.
What is the league going to do if somebody says there's racism involved? Of course, any league
there's
is going to...
There's not a phone. Nobody recorded with a phone.
No, true,
Nobody. There's nothing on camera. There's nothing.
I don't think it happened. But what is the league going to do?
Why would the league invest? Why would they say we're going to investigate those racist fans?
Any league would do that. They did it with Uriel. What's his name?
But it's all. There's no one at the
slanted
game.
Eyes and you Darvish. Remember that?
No one at the game.
Thank you.
No one at the game is saying that they heard anything.
So the league's just supposed to go, no one at the game said they heard anything, so we're not going to do any investigation.
No, the league is pretending something happened, and so is Angel Reese. Angel Reese is also pretending something happened. Just go to cut two.
They're damned if they do, and they're damned if they don't. But what I was going to say about everything she said, even if you believe it and just say, okay, what you say is true, then you can't bitch about it when you play the heel and the bad person and people don't like you.
But she acts like Caitlin Clark shoved her to the ground. She did not shove her to the ground. By the way, watch the play. We'll see the play.
I thought after the game she said it was just a basketball foul.
Caitlin says I grabbed the wrist. Watch Caitlin. No, there's Angel shoving the player in front of her to get the ball by herself.
Angel Reese gets right up into Caitlin Clark. Afterwards,
watch when they go through it again. Watch, you'll see Angel shoving the player in red. Watch. Boom!
I never noticed that before.
Grabs a rebound. Caitlin hits her wrist, and she goes, ah!
Gets right up.
And these idiots say, oh my God, this is a flagrant foul. Because this is what this league does. Boo! And Angel Reese, of course, is like she's going to attack her for the terrible foul after she shoved her teammate in the back.
On the matchups between Reese and Clark, and Angel Reese. Reese that Angel took exception to.
Watch this foul. Look, she shoved her.
Pushes Natasha Howard. Caitlin
Angel
Clark
Reese shoved that chick.
Then she applies a hard foul on Reese. Reese gets up right away to get in the face of Clark. Aaliyah Boston ends up getting between them. You'll see on this angle, the initial part seems okay from Clark.
Flopped.
Then there's a shove at the end that I think should be upgraded to a flagrant one because
you're with the WNBA.
Unnecessary contact from Clark.
Yeah, I agree with you. And she goes in. There is a little bit extra there from Caitlin Clark in terms of the foul. It's definitely a hard foul.
No, it's not. It's not a hard foul.
I'll tell you it was a hard foul was when Angel hit the girl in front of her. She just shoved her out of the way.
Left arm as it wraps around and pushes.
And by the way, remember last year, you can cut that down. Remember last year when Angel hit her with the elbow to the head, and then when Caitlin got blindsided and she's laughing on the sideline? But nobody ever calls her out for shit. But what happens at halftime, cut 3, Brandon, when the woman immediately goes to Caitlin Clark to interview about this horrible foul.
Walk me through your perspective on the flagrant foul. What was the point you were trying to make to her?
It's just a good take foul, you know? If either Angel gets wide open 2 points or, we send him to the free throw line. Nothing malicious about it. It's just a good take foul. Every basketball player knows that.
Yeah, it was nothing. It wasn't shit.
Well, and that's what Angel said after the game. She said, it's a basketball play. The refs got it right. We're moving on. But then she leans.
But you'll hear what she said.
But then she leans into it when she realizes that there's some clout to be made off of it.
You'll hear the rest of what she said about the horrible fans. Of course, the imaginary fan response.
That's what I mean about her getting clout off of it.
Because Angel acts like she's magic to Larry Bird, and this is not. They're not even close. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, cut 4. This is Angel, the victim, post-game, when they ask about these terrible racist fans.
Yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA, our team and our organization has done a great job supporting me. I've had communication from everyone, from so many people across this league, and being able to support me. Going through this whole process, obviously, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting me.
How did it affect you Saturday, trying to do your job, trying to play, and having this going on simultaneously?
Yeah, obviously it's tough.
For 1 second. This guy acts like it's real. He just assumed it's real, which is what I am sure any WNBA official or reporter would act like. Oh my God, the horrible thing that happened to Angel at the game.
Well, the question is the WNBA ever going to put out a final finding?
Probably not.
They're just going to hope this just disappears.
But this guy says, how did it make you feel? Like it happened. So it did definitely happen. I mean, this is complete fiction right here. And Angel contributes to the fiction by saying nothing, basically, to change it.
I have a great support system. I'm loved by so many people. And obviously in the moment it's hard to hear, but my support system is great. God has protected me in so many different ways. I've gone through so many different things in the past couple of years of my life, but I think just having this support and this love and being a part of an organization that really supports me and loves me is something that I couldn't imagine not being a part of.
But whatever. So WNBA naturally assumes that racist Indiana fans must have made racist statements. They have the investigation. Angel Reese is the victim. She acts like, oh, yeah, it was terrible. I am the victim. How'd that make you feel? Oh, it was really awful, but I have all these people that love me. So, and Caitlin's fans are horrible. So then cut 5 is the grandmother who took her kids to the game. This is one of the people on the internet who's claiming that, oh, yeah, those terrible fans. So tell me how credible you think she is.
We're sports lovers, period. My granddaughter, she's 12. She's beginning to play basketball, and she loves it. So we thought it would be an absolutely exceptional experience for her.
The first WNBA game experience for Sabrina Smith and her 12-year-old granddaughter was exactly that, until the third quarter of Saturday's season opener between the Fever and Sky at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That's when Indiana star Caitlin Clark was charged with a flagrant foul on this play against Angel Reese, inciting a reaction from some fans in the stands that Smith witnessed.
Of course, the refs are getting together at this time, so it's quiet. And as soon as they make the call that they're going to upgrade it to a flagrant, all of a sudden, you hear the noise. And then all of a sudden, I'm listening and I'm hearing, this and this.
N-word.
Well, my 12-year-old granddaughter's with me. So I'm trying my hardest not to react. making sure that I'm listening to what I heard. Then when Angel come up to take the shots, they really start making noises and calling her
monkey noises.
They played a few more minutes. I heard a couple of more comments about,
well, she said noises. What do you think she said?
But rather than that, I really toned it out because I came to watch the ladies play. I love these ladies. Whether it's Caitlin Clark or it's Angel Reese, these ladies are phenomenal.
A day after the
Especially
game,
Angel.
the WNBA announced an investigation into hateful comments directed at
Okay,
Reese.
so she's one of the people on the internet that's getting a lot of attention, except that the comments, people don't seem to really...
She should have pulled her phone out and recorded it.
Yeah, and her 12-year-old didn't record it. That's weird. There's also a couple other ladies with her, and none of them recorded it.
How did she know it's white people saying it?
Well, I find it pretty phenomenal. I mean, you saw the picture of her with the group.
Yeah.
None of them recorded it with their phone.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird. And the comments,
everything is recorded everywhere all the time. You telling me the arena doesn't have?
They do. They've got cameras all over the place.
It's just
but this lady,
an investigation like this does not take that long.
None of those people. And by the way, she's got the headphones on. How'd she hear it?
She has baby headphones. She wouldn't be able to hear anything.
People in the comment area are like, yeah, you're a liar, Grandma. She's getting called out for being a lying beast. But, it's the WNBA, and you have Caitlin Clark and her terrible fans who are all so stupid. They just decided to like the game because of Caitlin without learning the history of the women whose shoulders she stands on. I've never heard of people's fans being criticized in my life for not knowing enough about a sport. Usually if you become a fan of someone, that's when you start becoming a fan. And you just learn a little more as you go along. But these in fact, we played clips of some of the players in the league last year saying, her fans need to get educated. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, this league is psychotic. Caitlin Clark is the best thing that's probably ever happened to this league. They act like she's just a complete cunt, and her cunty, stupid, non-history knowing fans, and now, people acting like, the league's conducting an investigation, so obviously something horrible happened. How did it feel to have these people doing this to you, Angel? And then at halftime, the reporter, oh my God, Caitlin, can you explain what happened on that terrible flagrant foul? Like, it was just normal play.
Yeah.
Bitch. But of course, Caitlin has to be nice, or else God knows what will happen to her. Anyway, this league, what a fucking people-hating league. Well, certain people-hating league. And I wonder if they will even announce anything about their investigation.
They need to if this keeps going on.
This has been going on since Caitlin's been in the league.
No. Oh, I thought you meant the investigation of the game.
Oh, well, I don't expect them to say anything. I mean, they'll probably say...
Someone's got to ask them, like, whatever happened to that investigation?
The kind of reporters that cover the WNBA, I doubt they will pressure the league for an answer. If they don't give one, they'll just assume that, they figured out that nothing happened. So.
Well, it'll be interesting what the WNBA, what the attendance will be in the next 2 weeks, because Caitlin Clark is hurt. She's out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I wanted to see if the attendance dips while she's gone. I assume it will be, because she's the one that puts the butts in the seats.
Oh, did you see the horror of Caitlin and Angel going back to college to play exhibition games?
Yeah.
And people were horrified because, what's wrong with these LSU fans? Because
nobody showed up.
Yeah. They had, I don't know, probably a couple thousand people, and Caitlin was just jammed. People selling tickets for $200. Like, oh my God, what these horrible LSU fans don't even support Angel Reese because she's a shitty player. She can't make a fucking layup. Yeah. There's actually videos of her where people clip together her missing like 20 layups in a row. Well, I mean, they're clipped that way. She doesn't miss 20 layups in a row, but she misses a lot of layups.
Eli showed us one earlier today.
Caitlin Clark would be Caitlin Clark without Angel Reese. Angel Reese would be nobody without Caitlin Clark.
She's still nobody. They've made her somebody, and I don't even understand why.
Leaned into it.
Because her team did not beat Caitlin's team because of Angel Reese. They just beat them in the game. Did Angel Reese play that spectacularly?
I have no idea.
I watched the game, and I can't even tell you. That was like the first women's basketball game I ever watched. The only thing I can tell you...
And the last.
No, I've actually watched a few minutes of games here and there when I pops on. The only thing I can say is that Caitlin Clark is so much better than anyone on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, her skills are phenomenal.
She's special.
To her credit. And it just blows my mind that this league acts like, oh, her fucking horrible fans. These idiots who don't know history. It's like, who has ever spoken that way about fans before? Fans, if they become fans, people go, that's great, new fans. But not this stupid league. Oh, my God. And these players, too. All this drama between the players. What was Eli talking about? What was the drama going on because one of the teammates thought that the opponent didn't like her or something?
Yeah, well, it was because Angel Reese
wouldn't pass the ball.
Yeah, she had six.
Oh, that's right.
She had 6 consecutive rebounds, all from her own missed shots.
Yeah, and she didn't even, a couple of times, she didn't even get the shot off.
No.
But she gets it back and she tries to put another one up. It's like 3-on-1 and she won't throw it to anybody, but whatever.